nigga, that's fine, 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 nigga, that's fine.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I'm your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious, and we are going into Raw this week. Was in Newark, New Jersey, and well, before we get into the show, no big news, big shocking news wrestling wise, but one big thing, I kind of feel like I'm doing taking apart from the Daily Show, if you will, where having the one big keynote right here and then getting into the rest of the shit on the show. But this is the go home show leading into Extreme Rules on Sunday in my beloved hometown of Philadelphia, and that completely scares the ungodly hell out of me because, well, Philadelphia crowds are one thing of their own, and then you want to put the Philly crowd in a pay-per-view that is supposed to be headlined as Extreme. Well, man, if you don't deliver, whew, and I'm not talking like do crazy shit like Combat Zone, where you have like somebody smashing through 3 light tubes and a sheet of glass stuff, because while that stuff is cool, that's obviously not the shit WWE is tailoring to, but they better up their game as far as like with their extreme and hardcore shit for it, because Philly, man, we are fucking brutal, and we do not forgive, well, we don't forgive easy, and we sure as hell forget even harder. Now, other than that, the big thing that's happening this weekend as well, Saturday, Evolve 10-year anniversary show, as well as AEW's Fight for the Fallen. And I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again for those who may have missed it. People that are saying WWE is trying to steal away, viewership for Fight for the Fallen, which is a charity show and all that, because they're deciding to air Evolve's show on the network. Let me ask you this then. By that same argument, wouldn't any wrestling promotion that is doing any show that night, whether it is Evolve or fucking Ring of Honor, Progress, even a local show, we'll give a better example, right here in the city that I now reside in, the Vicious Studios is in, Erie, PA, Erie, Pennsylvania. Local promotion here, PWR. They are doing a show that night, which I will be attending. So, by that very same argument, you are saying that PWR is attempting to take viewership away from Fight for the Fallen then? Is that what you're telling me? Because honestly, it's a people say that, people have been saying WWE needs more competition to up their game. They need competition to up their game. You know what? They're getting competition now. What are they doing? They're upping their game, and the fact that they're upping their game, people are getting up in arms over it. Fuck them twice, and if they don't like it, fuck them a third time. That's all it is, plain and simple. And not only that, if Evolve was showing their 10-year anniversary show through any other normal standards, would this same argument be said? It's bullshit to think about it like in that sense. Did WWE capitalize on an opportunity? You're goddamn right they did. And I don't blame them. Is it justified? No. No, it's not necessarily justified, but fucking A, if I was in that position and I knew my direct competition was going to do a show, and I had a friend who was going to do a show, but I had the means to air their show, which would help me, fuck, I would do that. I would do that to help me. You know, same difference. And I dare anyone to think otherwise, saying, oh, well, I wouldn't do that. No, no, because in business, you got to fight to keep yourself alive and try and get as high up as you can. So that way, your brand can go on. That's all it is, plain and simple. Now that I got over the keynote, let's get on to the show. Raw, it starts off with a match. Thank you. This is now courtesy what I am now dubbing the Heyman era. We got Becky Lynch and the man's man, as his new t-shirt proudly says, which, I don't know, just gotta help if Seth ever wears that. You know, the internet is just going to go abuzz saying Seth is the pitcher in that. Seth is the catcher in that relationship, not the pitcher. Whew. If you don't quite understand that reference, leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to explain it. Anyways, Becky and Seth going up against Andrada and Zelina Vega, which, you know, I'm honestly not going to lie, this was actually relatively cool to see, you know. I mean, it was a nice start from Zelina and Becky at the start, you know. Becky wound up eliminating Zelina Vega, which they wound up announcing as the competitors were coming down that it's going to be an elimination match, which, okay, it works out because now WWE is trying to work their way around having matches, you know, go on during commercials, you know, which I'm not going to argue on. Because for the longest time, I was complaining on here, saying how I hated that they went to commercial, on how you could space out and feel when on how a match was going, and boom, you know when they were going to go to a commercial. You know, you could feel it, and then next thing you know, they stopped it. Now, they're still in the feel. Now, it feels like they're still trying to figure out the rhythm on how to do it, you know. But I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt of giving them a little bit of time. But if I'm going to see bullshit like this 8, 9, 10 months down the road, the same kind of bullshit 8, 9, 10 months down the road, motherfuckers, you are going to be hearing me swearing motherfucking more than I already motherfucking do. Now, with that said, Becky wound up taking out Zelina Vega relatively quick with the disarmer. Yeah, God bless Zelina. She did the one thing I always say I want people to do with submissions, and held out for a good 2 to 3 seconds, because instead of the second the move's locked in, yeah, I give. No. Hold out, let it, and just let the pain make it and sell it, like the pain drenching in, like, I can make it, I can do it, no, I can't. And then boom. You know? Now, the back and forth between Seth and Andrada, whew, man, that was good, man. I'm hoping that some point down the road we wind up seeing Andrada wind up chasing after the Universal title. You know? And probably the biggest highlight in this match had to be when Zelina, she ran interference on Seth. Becky stepped in. Next thing you know, she started going ballistic on Zelina. Seth pulled her off, like, whoa, honey, calm down. Woosah. Next thing you know, boom, Andrade wound up slamming Becky into the barricade, and you just see Seth go ballistic on him over it, which I thought that one small little nuance really added to it. Added to the idea, added to the on-screen feel on their relationship. Like, motherfucker, you do not touch my woman. You know? I absolutely love that. You know, little details like that make the bigger picture beautiful in the long run. So, with that, now, match wound up coming to an end. Seth wound up hitting a curb stomp, 1, 2, 3. That was it. Afterwards, Corbin and Lacey did a beatdown on them. So, yeah. Next up, we got a 6-man, 2 out of 3 falls match, which, you know, I'm not normally one for quoting Tony Schiavone, but Vince Russo has struck again. This really feels like a Vince Russo idea. Like, I could just... I mean, obviously, I know Vince ain't part of it, and fuck Vince Russo because that guy is so far fucking out there anymore, you know. I swear, I'm pretty sure at this point, he would think a goldfish in some kid's fishbowl in Manitoba is secretly running every wrestling promotion in the world. But I could just picture if he was actually there and doing it, like, bro, this is what we'll do, bro. You see how we're gonna work around these commercials? This is what we'll do, bro. We're gonna have a 6-man tag match, bro. But instead of it just being a normal 6-man match, it's gonna be a 2 out of 3 falls match, bro. Trust me, I'm a genius on this stuff, bro. I created the Attitude Era. I know this stuff. Yeah, that's on how I pretty much picture him pitching anything. But yeah, we got 6-man, 2 out of 3 falls match. Miz and the Usos going against Elias and the Revival. And, well, Uso 2 wound up being the punching bag. And until eventually the Revival scored the first fall. Shatter Machine on how that happened. Miz was the legal man trying to go after Elias. And then one of the Usos wound up getting the tag in. Wound up doing a blind tag. Miz was chasing after Elias and chased him all the way up to the entrance ramp. While, boom, they hit Shatter Machine. And Elias just like, hey, sorry. And then did that to distract them. So, Miz wound up hitting the Skull Crushing Finale, which wound up securing them the second fall. And then the Usos wound up hitting them. Wound up getting, what was it, fucking Scott Dawson at the end to get the second straight fall. So, one thing that I will say that I took away from this that I did like was that it was one fall and then another consecutive one relatively quick. Because normally if it's 2 out of 3, it's you get one, and then the opposite party gets one. This one it was you get one, boom, boom, like that. So, relatively decent. Next up, it was returning Rey Mysterio. Ray came back to action, looking to go, and he cut a nice little promo saying on how he hated the fact that he had to relinquish the U.S. title to Samoa Joe. He's looking to come back and get it, and he's here for business. And his opponent is the returning Bobby Lashley, which, okay, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit confused because, well, they didn't go into details about Lashley's injuries. They said that he was severely injured, but that was about it. And then they announced that Lashley has a match against Strowman at Extreme Rules, and it's a last man standing match. I'm not going to lie, I'm typically not a big fan of last man standing matches just because of, well, on paper it is a very good idea. You got to beat your opponent down to a pulp to where they can't get up. Here's where the problem comes in. Once you knock them down, then you got to wait. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's the 10 count that gets me. It's boring in that part. And it's just like, honestly, very few last man standing matches I did enjoy. One being John Cena, Dave Bautista, where John pulled out the duct tape. I thought that was clever. The other one, Kevin Steen and El Generico La Revenja, Last Man, as well as Most recent memory, Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, last man standing for the Intercontinental title, as well as Rock and Mankind's. Those are probably my top 4 last man standings. Other than that, every other one just, yeah. So yeah, Rey Mysterio, Bobby Lashley, Rey, he moved quick to start, but Lashley, man, he wound up having him up and then hit him with like this really, really sick flatline. Looked like a sick-ass flatliner. And then next thing you know, bounced off the ropes, boom, hit him with a spear, 1, 2, 3. That was it. Lashley moving quick. And Lashley, I absolutely love. I would hope for nothing but the best, and to see him get to the top of the mountain. It's hard because he doesn't quite have that connection to the fans. Yes, he's a beast, he's dominant, and he's a badass. But what is it other than that makes the fans say, that would make the common fan say, I like that guy. You know, I can relate to that character. That's what I'm getting at. Next up we got No Way Jose against Cesaro, and this is well, you could call it a rematch given the shit that happened last week. I went over that on how quick Cesaro murdered him. And again, just as fast as Cesaro murdered him last week, Cesaro murdered him this week. Jose threw out a few jabs and punches. Next thing you know, Cesaro got in his uppercuts, hit a gut wrench, and then next thing you know, Cesaro swing into a sharpshooter, shades to his old tag partner, Tyson Kidd, and yeah, that was it. Quick tap. After that, we got a piss break with the Viking Raiders killing 2 jobbers. Well, I can't necessarily say this was a piss break because on how after that squash match happened, next thing you know, Drake Maverick, who's the current 24/7 champ, which, by the way, real quick note, Drake Maverick is one hell of a salesman. And if you don't believe me, just take a look at his wife. Because if you ever want to know on how good of a salesman someone is, take a look and see on what kind of a wife they have. She is living proof Drake Maverick could sell a steak to a vegan. He's that good of a salesman. Yeah. But anyways, after the squash match, Drake Maverick and the lower mid-card come chasing after him, and Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins get in the ring. Raiders destroy him, hinting to a match possibly next week. And then Truth is in there staring them down like, yeah, y'all ain't worth it. And then beats it and goes and chases after Maverick. So next up now we got Ricochet going against the good brother himself, the big LG Luke Gallows. Gallows, and right at the start, Gallows, he hits this chokeslam. Oh my God! I recommend you watch this match, and then right when you watch it, right when Ricochet lands, pause when he turns and faces the camera, because the look on his face, my God, you want to talk about facial expressions, on how facial expressions accentuate a story? You pause it and look at that face right there. Just, oh my God, it looked like every last ounce of life got taken out of him. Like, that's it. I'm dead now. But yeah, Gallows, he was heading it up, holding good and strong. Next thing you know, Ricochet pulls a surprise roll up, 1, 2, 3, that's it. Just as he's celebrating, Uncle Alan, who's out there with the machine gun, Karl Anderson, says, whoa, 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 whoa. Before you go celebrating, you said you could take all 3 of us. So why don't you put your money where your mouth is and try going up against my man Karl right here. And next thing you know, so now we got Ricochet, Karl Anderson. And Anderson, worked quick on grounding Ricochet. Next thing you know, started throwing out some shots at him. Relatively decent. I liked it. Honestly, I thought this was the better of the two between the match with Ricochet had with him versus Gallows. And it was a good match. Ricochet wound up scoring the win with a 630, but after that, the Good Brothers proceeded to beat the shit out of Ricochet. And just as it looked like AJ was about to do a Styles Clash from the second rope again, he was like, nah. He just looked, he was like, I'm a good guy. You just stay down, and we won't give you a beating. Next thing you know, they go and start to leave. Ricochet gets back up on his feet, and they just looked like, motherfucker, I told you to stay down. So they proceed to go back in, beat the shit out of him, and then AJ hits him with a Bloody Sunday. And yeah, now the Ricochet and AJ have a match coming up at Extreme Rules for the US title, and honestly, I could see AJ winning it again, but I'm not entirely sure they're gonna. So, next up we got two women's matches. It's a Beat the Clock challenge for the stipulation for the SmackDown women's title match. Bayley is going to go against Sarah Logan, and then after that, Nikki Cross is going to have to beat Bayley's time against Dana Brooke. Now, Bayley, Sarah Logan, really liked on how this went because Logan, she was really good. Logan came off really nice. And, you know, here's my thing. Like I said before, as much as I would love to see more of the other talent that you don't typically get to see so much of on Raw, on there, it's a matter of how do you incorporate them. Because, case in point, take last week with Mike and Maria Kanellis. You know, it's not like they could just go and say, hey Mike, starting next week you're going to be on Raw and you're going to have this match. You know? No. They had to integrate them in a specific way. And they did. You know, very much so, like, okay, now we're integrating Sarah Logan into the main show, right here for it. However, anytime I ever say however, that you typically know there's something bad. You know, the Riot Squad's disbanded. Ruby's out recovering from a shoulder injury. Liv is working SmackDown. And yet Sarah Logan still has the Riot Squad music and Tron video. Yeah. So yeah, other than that, good match. Logan, she was delivering, worked as a powerhouse, absolutely loved it. And Bayley, though, wound up getting the win. Sunset, powerbomb, I believe it was, off the corner, and then 1, 2, 3. Time was 4 minutes and some change. Nikki Cross had to beat that going against Dana Brooke. Dana playing the smart game, trying to duck and avoiding as much time with Nikki as possible to chew the clock, you know. Yeah, just chew the clock, kill time, work it. Nikki, though, eventually gets the win with a neck breaker with like a minute and some change left on there. Wins. Next thing you know, goes and tells Bayley the stipulation they're going to have. It's going to be a 2-on-1 handicap match. And then tells Bayley to go find a friend of her own. Which, according to the internet and the rumors circling around now, people are hitting that, oh, this is their way to bring back Sasha. Honestly, if it is, great. If it's not, okay. Either way, next up, now we get to the main event of the night. Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre going against Roman and an opponent and a partner of Shane's choosing. And they showed all throughout the show Shane and Drew interviewing random people. Beerman, freaking t-shirt guys, janitors, shit like that. And then they got to the janitor and they said, we'll give you $5,000 you do this, you know? So, I'm not quite too sure about you guys, but being told to get paid $5,000 to get put on the ass end of an ass whooping, that, okay, I'm going to get whooped, but I ain't going to get hurt too bad, right? I think I can manage that. And yeah. So Shane and Drew, they go and tell Roman, your partner tonight is going to be Gary Garbut, which is the janitor with a limp, and he's wearing a luchador mask. And Roman, he gets put on the ass end of an ass whooping, gets slammed shoulder first into the ring post. Roman's out there, out of the ring, working it, holding it. And next thing you know, the janitor's in. Just as it looks like they're about to go and try and kill the janitor, next thing you know, he does a springboard crossbody, suicide dives. He's actually working. My first thought is, son of a bitch, they found a way to fucking put Kofi in there. And then, no, I was proven wrong. McIntyre got the win by hitting a Claymore on him. Roman then cleared house when they were getting ready to go and beat the shit out of him some more. And then he took the mask off to reveal it was Cedric Alexander. Again, you want to integrate people, find ways to do it. This is a way to do it. Absolutely loved on how they did that. They ended it with that, with Roman looking like, that was you? It was you? God damn, dog, I did not expect that. You know? But yeah. So, all in all, total score for the show, I'd probably have to say 6.5, maybe a 7. But yeah. So that's it for this week's show, folks. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure you look for me on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. You also got another account, Tim_Vicious. If I get ghosted or put in Twitter jail. Also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you're going to look for me on my Facebook gimmick, let me know you found me on there from here. Or on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. I don't think I creep John going. Huge ups to my executive producer, Ali Rewan Ben, who provided the music for this week's show. Make sure y'all check out his music on iTunes, Spotify, and such details are down below. Also, hit me up for one of these sweet-ass Ali Rewind shirts. Show that man some love and support. And folks, make sure y'all check out these cool-ass cats right here on the Twitter. Axel Mulligan, Kenny Killer, DSB_IV, Cranky Asshole, Dazzy MWPN, Sergeant Curry Pants. But folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me.
Got $4 in my bank
Fuck
account,
you.
and I need gas. So